Golly. What did you do to me last night, Jade?
You better talk to yourself.
What did you do
I
to
did
me?
not do anything.
I was sitting on the back porch minding my own business. Matlock was there. Party Foul Steve was there. And you just kept bringing me drinks. You kept bringing me alcohol.
Because you wouldn't stop screaming my name.
Isn't it great when you can just sit on the back porch and go, "Hey, woman!" And you can hear it in the house?
Well, and you kept changing it like a kid would do. First it would be that. Then it would be, hey, and then it would be Jade. And you just kept saying something until I finally came out.
Yeah. Hot news, Natalie.
It's like you're still on the back porch because I'm assuming this is what you were wearing.
I am.
It's close.
Not far off.
I think I was wearing a different T-shirt.
Oh, that's sweet of you to change. That one was
This
sweat
one
out.
doesn't. This one doesn't smell like cigars, and that's why I'm assuming that I was wearing a different T-shirt.
Did he change his underwear, Jade?
I have no idea.
No, I'm still wearing the same underwear.
I was out messing with the people working on the
I
house.
was wearing the same underwear, but this is it, man. Look, there it is. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you need some sun on those legs. Look, those legs look good."
Well, I can pull my pants up and you'll see that you're not the one that needs the sun on the legs.
Them little skinny bird legs I got.
We liked you when you wear a cowboy hat in your truck.
I wish you'd get in the truck. Where's the dog? Get in the truck. Put your pants on. Yeah, I don't like you in a T-shirt. Why are you wearing a Cubs hat? Because I just happened to walk through the closet and this is what I grabbed.
Yes.
I got every team in the league.
I almost didn't get him over here to the studio.
I know. The alarm went off this morning. I was like, what day is it?
No, he didn't ask that. He goes, why is the alarm going off? And I said, because you have a job. You need to go to it.
Yeah, I'm even drinking the sugar-fueled Red Bull. Leaded.
That's to help with your diabetes.
It's good for I can't feel my feet.
I know, because you're diabetic and they're going to fall off.
I hope not. You know who I'm pissed at today? I am pissed off at these people who want Medicare for all. Like I was on fire on Twitter yesterday. I mean, just I couldn't, like, normally you should put a tweet out and then let it just marinate for an hour or so and then you can do it. No, I was having a Twitter conversation with myself. I was so mad at people, these people that want free stuff, and I decided I'm going to run for office. I'm going to run for office.
I know. I'm not sure that we should do that.
Yeah, we're getting a divorce, and I'm going to run for office.
Well, that's definitely not going to
I need a scandal.
That is. Okay, let's do it.
I need a scandal. Candice, Queen of the Ethiopians. Here's what we're going to do. I want us to come up with a list of campaign potential scandals.
For you?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to come out, and some can be true, some can be, but look, like, what would be the most outrageous scandals that you could be involved with and still get elected? All right? Because I want to, I'm basically, I'm putting a test out there just to see if I could survive the real scandals coming out.
I mean, I'm already like going through this list potentially, and I mean, I don't know. Can you
Don't
make
we
it past
already
the
have
primaries?
elected people or who have been elected in the past
Look,
that
if Donald Trump
did
can
murder?
be the president
I
of
mean,
the
doesn't
United
it?
States, Ted Kennedy, are you kidding me?
Bill Clinton sticks
Bill
a cigar
Clinton.
anywhere.
My God. I mean, can you imagine John F. Kennedy?
You might be able to do it then.
Yeah, I think you can. Can you imagine if people knew in the 60s what John Kennedy was doing? Like if they knew what Jack Kennedy was doing? Can you imagine?
Who was he doing?
I mean, he wouldn't have survived the age of social media.
I remember when we went to Memphis and you were telling us everything that
Martin Luther King Jr.?
was doing
Yeah, he was a pervert.
the night before he was killed.
Yeah.
So I had all these wonderful thoughts about him until you
And
told
Hot
me
News
what
Natalie's
he was doing.
cousin killed him.
That was
Listen,
the CIA.
if you think James Earl Ray killed Martin Luther King Jr., you're crazy.
It was Natalie's cousin?
Yeah, James Earl Ray's our cousin.
No, he's not. I'm
Yes,
not
he
claiming
is.
that. Oh, gosh.
He is your cousin.
No.
Well, that's not Natalie's fault.
You can't help,
Definitely not my
you can't
fault.
help what level of redneck brush pile you were born into.
It was the CIA
The CIA had him killed.
killed Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
So he was doing some naughty stuff?
Yeah, do some real naughty stuff.
He was?
Yeah.
I know. See, he crushed all my thoughts and dreams.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And the mafia had JFK killed.
Yeah.
So there's that. there's that.
And he was doing naughty things too.
He was doing naughty things. So maybe I won't run for office.
No, I don't think
I already
that's-
got threatened. My
okay.
life was threatened at the show last Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was so glad that your husband, Joseph, was standing over my shoulder.
I don't know if
Like
it
a-
was your life or your pretty white teeth.
Well, he threatened that too.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can you? I must have been hanging out with Jade.
Yeah,
'Cause I
well,
don't
you
know what
guys
you're talking
walked up right at the end of it, but a giant man came to me and shook my hand, and he said, I don't know what he was mad about, but he said something about, you ever call me black in public? And I said, well, you are black and you are in public, so I don't understand what your point is. Then he went out in the lobby and he was talking about he's going to knock my teeth out. But Joseph was right over my shoulder, and I was like, yeah, well, you're going to have to tangle with this guy who has no idea what's going on.
You're gonna tangle with this guy opening a gun range.
I know, right? And we're walking around with, there's Bougie Sean right there with me,
I had
too.
a
and
U.S.
I'm-
Marshal with me in the lobby when the guy came out.
Who'd you have?
Crip Livers.
Charlie Cripliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Did
a federal
Did
marshal.
he come to the show? This guy. Watch the show.
He was mad about something. I think he came with a chip on his shoulder.
Ready. He was ready to wrestle.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a big old dude. He could have taken me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only good chip is a nacho chip.
Well, you would have had time to run though, because he'd have had to take me first.
Well, Steve.
You could run away.
Wouldn't
Steve's
take long though, so you'd have to run fast.
Candace, we'd be eulogizing Party Foul Steve today.
So, Steve, on record, you would take a bullet for Chad?
No, I ain't getting in front of a gun. I'll take a few
hey,
fist
but
blows.
you know what? He'll do naughty stuff in the hotel room.
I sure will.
Yeah, just like MLK.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, you know what? Talk about losing your teeth. Let's talk about losing your hair. Losing your hair sucks. It absolutely sucks. And I'm going to help you with it. Here's what you don't know. That the cause of your hair loss could be because you're a drop in a hormone that's in your body called DHT. The FDA has approved 2 treatment products that help control your DHT and prevent hair loss. Problem is it's expensive, and you got to get a prescription. And if you don't have the DHT, you're not going to grow hair, all right? It's in a huge percentage of guys when this drops, and the older you get, the worse it gets. So until now, you had to go to the doctor, you had to do all this stuff. You don't have to do that anymore. We got Keeps. Keeps offers the generic versions of those 2 FDA-approved hair products. So not only are they up to 90% effective, they're totally affordable, and I got half off just to get you started. With Keeps, you can save your hair without ever leaving the couch. Come on, look at me. Look at me right now. I don't want to leave the couch. All you got to do is go online, go to Keeps.com, answer a few questions, snap a couple of pictures of your hair, and a licensed doctor is going to review the info and recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. Then it's shipped discreetly to your door. So if you're tired of losing your hair, I'm going to give you a free online doctor consult and 50% off your first order. That's right, 50% off. So go to Keeps.com/loss, L-O-S-S. Keeps.com/loss, Keeps.com/loss. What would happen if you went to Candice, Queen of the Ethiopians.com? We need to buy that. I guarantee you that domain's available.
That's a long one.
It's not anymore, I bet.
Candice, Queen of the Ethiopians.com. Mitt Romney's an asshole.
My God.
I mean, so did you see so he's been running this Twitter deal, right? Under a pseudonym, Pierre Delecto. That sounds so much like Carlos Danger to me. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? I mean, like, why? What is the deal? Like, this guy absolutely hates Donald Trump, right? Like, I regret the fact, like, think about what we know today that we didn't know 3 years ago about politicians. We've always known politicians are crazy and crooked and snakes and blah, blah, blah. They're panders. They're only out for themselves.
And that's, didn't you tell me you wanted to become an elected official?
No, I don't want to. I've got to.
Oh, God.
I've got to. I
feel like you can't be because they lie a lot and you really are too honest.
I'm too honest. So we hung out the other night. Dan Crenshaw was in town. and we were doing a little meet and greet thing, and some folks were coming up taking pictures, and I was just saying whatever popped in my head, you know. And Dan is being so quiet. And I'm like, I ain't running for anything. I can say whatever I want. You're the one who's got to keep an image up. But anyway, you're right. I'm too honest about the whole thing. But that, and I'd have to kill a party foul because he knows too many secrets.
What
It'll
about
be
me?
in the book.
Look, Steve's like, I'm just waiting. You remember when the dude wrote the tell-all book about Evel Knievel?
Yeah.
And Evel Knievel met him outside with a baseball bat and beat him half to death.
Yeah.
Broke all his bones in his body. Yeah.
Hey, as long as checks keep coming.
That was a warning, Steve, is what that was. I mean, I don't know if that went over your head or whatever, but
As long as the check's clear, we're good.
That's a warning. I can stop paying you and buy a $13 baseball bat. Anyway, Mitt Romney.
Got it out for him.
He does.
He does.
Right? I mean, first of all, like I've thought about creating a fake Twitter account or whatever, just so I could say whatever I want to say. But I'm like, that's kind of douchey, you know. And Romney, so Romney was on. He was on with Mike Allen the other day with Axios on HBO, and he said that Republican lawmakers, they stay quiet on Trump. They don't criticize him because they fear losing the Senate or the presidency to Democrats, and are especially afraid of Elizabeth Warren. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal, and you have to face this. Now, Trump gets on your nerves with the things he says, right?
I don't know that it gets on my nerves. I think it more just makes me cringe for a minute, but then I think about the actual facts of what he's done, and I'm
now
like,
they're
okay.
used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here it's not. Here's the deal. Trump's gonna win. No matter what, even if he loses this next election, Trump still wins.
He's still a winner in our book.
And I don't mean it like that, but he still wins because here's a dude who's, you know, a billionaire married to a smoke show. And I mean, the guy's won in life already, right? Trump doesn't care. I love he came down to Keene, Texas, our county, Johnson County, Texas, to the Louis Vuitton plant. Y'all thought you were buying Louis Vuittons from Italy.
It's just a distribution center.
I know it is.
It's still coming from there.
No, yeah, sure. And one of the French reporters was there and said, "Y'all have such low unemployment here in America. We don't have that in France. You know, what's the recipe for how you do that?" And he said, "Maybe we have a better president than you do." And I'm like, this guy's got balls the size of Kansas. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so he doesn't care.
No.
He doesn't care. Like my mother, Mom, if you're watching this, she'll feel sorry for Trump. She's like, oh, don't talk bad about him. I'm like, no, he loves it, Mom. Mm-hmm. He eats it up. So when you talk about Mitt Romney, who's going to say, well, you can't speak ill of the president because, well, here's the deal. Here's why you don't do it. Because the man's a winner, and he's going to continue to win. And if he endorses you, guess what? Americans are so sick and tired of the political crap that's out there, they're going to vote for you.
Yeah.
20,000 people in American Airlines Center last week show up to see Trump, and there's 100,000 out on the streets.
Mm-hmm. And the people we've talked to that went said it was chaos, it was overwhelming, and it was the best thing they'd ever seen.
They loved it.
They thought it was wonderful.
Trump, I mean, they have all the pre-speech stuff. Trump comes on, he speaks for 2 hours.
It's a long time.
The dude's funny.
Mm-hmm.
He is. I mean, it's captivating. It's funny to watch. And like, I even hate to admit it, quite honestly. Because back in 2016, I was like, what is Trump saying that everybody's in love with? Like, what's he even saying? It was so much of the same repetitive stuff. And if you go to a Trump rally now, a lot of it's the repetitive stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just going to pick on whoever is in the headlines that day, which I love.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we know.
And he doesn't care if you're a Republican.
No.
He doesn't care. He's not a Republican. I mean, he's in the Republican. He runs in the Republican Party.
That's where he parties.
Yeah. But I mean, he doesn't care who you are.
No.
You know who else is a douche is Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan's a douchebag. I mean, now that he's run things at Fox News has gone downhill. It's ridiculous.
So Fox was taken off in the DFW area. Like, I went to turn on Channel 4.
Oh, you're talking about the local affiliate Fox.
Yeah, gone. It's back on now, but it was off. And Mom sure did text me, asked me, what happened to your Fox?
This right here, my mother-in-law.
You better quit.
What happened to your Fox? I'm sick of people right now. I mean, what the heck, man? Look at.
Well, and
That's because she's indoctrinated by CNN.
yeah. I don't know that she
I don't
watches
believe
that.
any of them. I don't care. I'm a critical thinker. Look at me.
Oh, I know.
I'm a critical thinker.
You're critical.
I come up with my own thoughts. Shut up, Natalie. Are you bored?
Never.
I told her she could be in the hot seat.
But back to my point. I can't believe, knowing what I know now, that I voted for Mitt Romney.
For what?
President, dumbass.
Why?
Because he was running against Barack Obama.
Oh.
This, I quit. I'm off the show.
No.
Yes.
You can't
and I had to
leave me
vote
here.
for John McCain. Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another old white guy. He gone.
Literally.
Bernie's next.
I love it.
Dang, Steve.
Are you saying Bernie Sanders is going to die?
Yeah.
Well, they're all going to die.
No,
at some
he's gonna
point.
before the next election.
Oh, you think he's going to die before
He had a
November
heart
3rd?
attack a couple of days
Steve's
ago.
getting-
They just extended him a little bit.
Steve is getting so specific.
Send the hate mail to Steve
That's
at
right.
watchchad.com.
That's
Are
right.
your viewers Bernie Sanders?
No,
People-
but
Doesn't
you
mean
know,
they want him to die,
I don't
Steve.
want him to. I never said I wanted
Yeah,
him to
but
die.
you're
I
the
just said
first
he's-
person to say something. Then you started to get more and more specific about the date of when he was
I
going
think
to.
he's on his last
It's not a
leg.
threat, people. Not a threat.
No.
Bernie Sanders isn't doing anything naughty in a Memphis hotel room.
But he did something naughty in Russia in his underwear.
Yeah, he was doing that.
Yeah, he
wasn't
was
on his
colluding.
honeymoon.
You
He was
wanna
drinking
call it
vodka
whatever
around.
you want,
God,
but-
vodka would be good right now, wouldn't it?
No, you don't need it.
I don't even like vodka, but baby, that's Diet Coke.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Oh. Anyway,
I will say I do agree. I definitely don't want, Elizabeth Warren to win. So
No.
I might not say anything negative as a lawmaker as well.
No.
here's what he said. He said, there's another reason which is more elevated, and that is people genuinely believe, as I do, that conservative principles are better for our country and for the working people of our country than liberal principles, and that if Elizabeth Warren were to become president, for instance, or if we were to lose the Senate, that it would not be good for the American people. And they don't want to do something which makes it more likely for Elizabeth Warren to become president or for us to lose the Senate. So they don't want to go out and criticize the leader of our party because they feel that that might have the consequences of hurting our country longer term. And I'm like, just shut up. Just stop talking.
Okay.
Something was in my mouth. Just stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't want to lose it, then support him. Come together and support the president. Support your party. But Mitt Romney, he's got that Hillary Clinton thing. Like you're just jealous. Like Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's going to run for president. I've been saying this now for 8 months. Candace, what do you think? Yes or no? Do you think Hillary Clinton's going to run for president?
I think she is.
I think she is because she cannot allow a woman to become president before her. She can't. She can't
There's-
allow it.
there's
That's why she
someone-
just threw Tulsi Gabbard under the bus. And I love Tulsi Gabbard. I don't agree with a single damn politic that she holds, principle she holds, but I love the girl. Man, she's going to be dead quicker than Bernie Sanders because of what she said to Hillary the other day on Twitter. I mean, she smoked Hillary Clinton because Hillary called her the Russian asset because what Hillary is saying is that Russia is propping up Tulsi Gabbard to run as an independent because they want Trump to win. And of course, if she runs as an independent, then it's going to steal Democratic votes away from whoever the DNC has as a nominee.
What did she say back to her?
Oh, she smoked her. She called her a warmonger.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did she
Did she spell war WHORE?
God bless Martin Luther King Jr.
Stop it.
So what happens if Hillary announces and it's Hillary and Chelsea on a ticket together, mother-daughter team?
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
What happens then?
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm gonna go to a Memphis hotel room and pray to get shot.
Are we sure there's no chance for Michelle Obama stepping up?
Michelle ain't gonna do it.
Okay.
She just bought a $15 million house. She ain't moving back in that shack. Ain't no damn way. We went and saw the new Zombieland movie. Yesterday was just
We saw it yesterday before we
The
watched the
alcohol.
football game.
yeah.
Yes.
It was I drank all day, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mom.
What about
Celebrating
me?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
You took communion a little too serious yesterday.
Today's Wednesday. So anyway.
The other day.
Some people take communion on Tuesday.
Yeah. Anyway, so they moved into the White House, the Zombieland.
In Zombie. Yeah.
Y'all just go watch the movie. It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, but I didn't expect it to be, but it's worth seeing.
No.
It's worth seeing.
I don't know.
I thought it was interesting in the movie, though. Well, I guess I shouldn't ruin it.
Don't
Yeah,
ruin
let's
it.
not
I
ruin
won't
it. 'Cause
ruin
I
it,
haven't
yeah.
seen it, and I'm going to go watch it.
All
I'm
I
gonna do
know, all
Steve,
I
you
have
don't
to
even,
say.
it's not going to matter.
I know.
If she could tell you right now, you wouldn't remember. You
That's
didn't know
true.
that Mitt Romney was running for president. In
No, I think I
2000.
probably voted for Obama
When?
once.
Oh, okay. But not the
The
second
first time?
time. Yeah.
I hate you.
This is, Mitt Romney and anybody who is talking like this is still trying to stay relevant because they're not at this point, not with Trump in office.
Look at Francis O'Rourke. Okay. So Francis comes out. The other day was apparently National Period Day. See that?
I think it was yesterday.
No, this is Wednesday. It was Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's tricky, Chad. That's
No, it's really not. I'm drunk and I can keep up with what day it is.
This is your job.
Yeah.
So this weekend was National Period Day. And apparently people are having to pay like $150 million a year in tampon tax. And they want tampon equality and equity. So he comes out, Francis O'Rourke, this pandering fool. He's talking about the Period Equity Act or the Tampon Equity Act. Correct me if I'm wrong, Candace, if you know, but I'm like, this guy will say anything to try to stay
Relevant.
and I'm like, if Francis O'Rourke would pull his head out of his ass, then somebody could use him as a tampon. I mean,
Desperate.
it's just ridiculous, this guy. I mean, really, you're going to go so far and then did you see the woman that carved a vagina in her pumpkin? Like for she's making a statement, it had ovaries and the whole thing. It looked like Ram Truck Month. That's what it looked like. It looked like a ram.
With
does-
wizard sleeves.
It does kinda look like a
It looked
ram.
like Truck Month.
Truck month.
Did she put
I mean, I'd smash that pumpkin.
Did she put,
Hey!
did she put curtains on it?
No, it's like there's a vagina and in the ovaries out here, and she was like, and somebody said it looks like a longhorn.
Well,
Yeah.
I can see that.
But come on, you're putting a vagina on a pumpkin. That's scary. You want to talk about a
Yeah.
jack-o'-lantern? That's scary, babe. You know what I'm going to do?
Please tell us.
I'm going to do a prostate awareness pumpkin. I'm going to carve hands around up at the top where the stem is, so it looks like you're spreading open your butthole. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it on the front porch.
No.
Baby. We are.
No.
Yes.
Next to the vagina.
You carve a vagina. I'm going to carve a prostate.
Yours is easier.
You try cutting hands into a pumpkin where it looks like he's spreading his bub holes. Bubba holes. Bubba holes.
I'm just gonna put Longhorn on mine.
It'll look just like some ovaries.
Except that curls up. That it would have to curl down.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But that girl that carved the pumpkin, she responded back and she said, I'm sorry for the place where you live, that y'all aren't blah, 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 blah. That you would see that. And, well, yeah, okay. Okay. We're in Texas. We're in by God, Texas, where we don't carve vaginas in pumpkins.
I think
We
people
do a
just,
lot of weird stuff, but we don't carve vaginas in pumpkins.
they're just sitting around trying to figure out things to do that would,
Attract
like
attention.
Francis O'Rourke.
yeah.
Like if Francis O'Rourke gave a crap about your periods and how much money you spend in taxes on buying tampons and maxi pads, then he would quit this nonsense of running for president. Because he's polling at negative 2% plus minus, and he would donate those millions of candidacy money. He would donate that to women's causes and their health care.
Didn't he say that women are missing work because of this?
Yeah, I mean, ever since God cursed Eve in the Garden of Eden, women been getting that thing 5 days a month. I mean, I don't know how y'all have survived.
Well, I
It's
know
like they
that
say,
that we don't get to call into work for it. That's for sure.
No,
Anything
you do
that'll
not.
bleed for 7 days and you can't kill it, don't mess with it.
But it's funny, like he's come in and he's going to save us after all this time. Because I've never called in for my period,
Nor have I.
and it's not anybody else's fault. It's not women's fault either. But it is what it is. We can't just stop living. It'd be nice if we could just take a break during that time, but that's
why
not how
stop
life
there
works.
with the tampons and stuff? Why not toilet paper? That's something that everybody uses.
Well, Steve, it doesn't quite work like that.
Why not? People call in sick for work for diarrhea.
But they don't get it monthly.
Well,
Well,
it depends on
They
the whiskey
could.
you drink.
But that's a choice if you have the whiskey poops.
You remember that thing I said earlier about being a critical thinker? Forget it. Just forget it. Just forget I said anything. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just dumb. I'm just, and again, Medicare for all. Let me go back to that. You're an idiot if you want free health care. You're an idiot. Listen to me. You're an idiot if you want free health care. You will not get care like you think you're going to get. You're not going to. And if that's what you want, first of all, Medicare for all would cost us $35 trillion annually.
Mm-hmm.
Our federal budget is $4 trillion. You do the math. Wake up, people. And by the way, if Medicare is so great, then how come everybody that is on Medicare has to buy supplemental insurance? Everyone does. Because it sucks. And if you want that, you are an idiot. You're a moron. So stop talking about it. And by the way, these people running for president on the Democratic side, they can't deliver a single damn thing they're promising you. Not a single thing. The only thing they can do is raise your taxes. And okay, so.
And that's the only way that Medicare could work. And so, because I told you, because I had posted something, because I don't post a whole lot about that, but not only does something for healthcare for all, not only does that decrease the quality of care that people will receive, it messes up everybody on the healthcare provider side too. And I understand I'm on that side, but it's on both sides. And so you're going to lose your high quality healthcare providers, and you're going to end up having to pay for, outside insurance anyways, just like they do in Europe, because they need care. And I had mentioned, hey, Canada, it's great healthcare unless you need to use it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And so somebody else had mentioned, had posted somewhere that, well, one of my friends had posted something about mental health and how this person it was a meme, not a meme, but it was like a screenshot that somebody had said, I had to spend 2 days in the hospital and it cost $2,900 just for the bed. Well, that's incorrect. It's for all of it. But anyways, that's why people with mental health problems don't want to seek care, because it costs too much. And then somebody under that posted, that's true, because in Australia, my psychologist sent in the bill $4,000 and it was paid right away. Okay. And how much do you pay in taxes? It was not paid. It wasn't free. was my point. And so I decided to look up the Australian healthcare system, and you can choose to have private healthcare insurance, which is great, but you're still paying for it. Or you can do the other one, which is, I guess, kind of like a Medicare thing, but they tax 67%. And then the rest of it is also 50% of it is paid with personal other things. You know, I told you about it, but they're just paying out the butt for their healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how they could push something like that and think that it's free. It's absolutely not free. And then one of the things that it mentioned on Wikipedia was they have a lot of problem with the quality of healthcare providers. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, if you don't want the cream of the crop care, go ahead.
You ask anybody here who lives here that lived in Canada, somewhere, just ask them, hey, tell me about healthcare, and get an earful from someone who has experienced that.
Right.
And it's going to be eye-opening. It's kind of one of the reasons they live here.
Yeah.
They hate it.
Boy, howdy. And there's no such thing as government-funded, people.
Nope.
Right.
Doesn't exist.
It's people-funded.
Everything. There's no such thing as government-funded. That's stupid if you think that. And I'll go even a step further on this thing right here. Just paid in. We file in October for our taxes. We always do the extension. We file and, pay $10,000 in taxes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to double it just so you can go to the doctor. Nobody's ever said that. Nobody's ever said, you know what? Hell, I ain't paid enough. I want to pay more. This is not enough tax.
Yeah.
Right here. I want to double. I'm not paying 10 grand in. I'm going to pay 20 grand in. Nobody has said that. And you're saying, well, it's the rich. We got to tax the rich. If you taxed the richest people in America 100% of their money, 100% tax, they had to give all their money to the IRS, it would run the federal government for 3 months. So shut up. Shut up. Do some math. Remember that critical thinking thing I said a little while ago? I'm back.
Are you back on board?
Back. But you know what? Chinese are richer than us. The number of rich Chinese people has now surpassed the count of wealthy Americans. For the first time, both countries are churning out millionaires. Maybe there is something to that communism.
I know they have patients dying on the front porches of their ERs.
Do they?
Yeah, because
in China?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a good place.
No.
They found that 100 million Chinese ranked in the global top 10% as of the middle of the year versus 99 million in the United States. Despite the trade tension between the United States and China over the past 12 months, both countries have fared strongly in wealth creation, contributing $3.8 trillion and $1.9 trillion, respectively. Interesting. But, how big is the disparity between the rich and the poor? Oh, yeah. That's the difference in the countries. While it's too early to say wealth inequality is now in a downward phase, the prevailing evidence suggests that 2016 may have been the peak for the near future, it said. I guess Natalie, go to the bar. Natalie got her period.
Yep, she's
losing money.
She got her period.
Go pay that tampon tax.
Oh, this is gross.
Oh.
Hey, tampon.
We're good.
All right, now you're plugged in.
Well,
I
that
forgot
tax
to pull the
got me.
string.
I had to get the slender because of the taxes, so I have to change more.
We call them lady bullets at our house.
Lady bullets.
Oh,
Stop talking. Just stop. I can't. I'm going to throw up. Speaking of throwing up, there was a toddler in the UK. Candice comes up with the best stuff. These people in Britain are nuts, right? They're crazy. They're crazy people. They do all the weirdest stuff. Like, did you see the climate activists that were on top of the train? And they just jerked their asses right off and beat them up. Everybody's trying to get on the train. These guys are standing on the train. Just take off.
Yeah, that's one way to get them off.
It's like we talked about last week, the person in the UK, that glued themselves on top of an airplane. How do you do that? How do you? First of all, how do you get out there? Then how do you get on the plane? And then how do you? I mean, is the glue environmentally friendly?
Glue.
I mean, just take off. All it takes is one. You don't even take off. Just go far enough, fast enough that they peel off and they go through the engine and they just come out like goo.
No, I'd say you do take off and
Well, the problem is if you take
takes
off
one.
and they go through the engine, then the plane could crash and you
But
could
if they're
kill the
glued on
innocent
top,
people.
if they're using Gorilla Glue, super
No,
glue,
I'm
they're
saying
moving.
peel them. Like, I don't want them affecting the plane so that it's gonna. But just like Indiana Jones, you know, when the guy backs into the propeller. That's what I'm talking about. Just suck them right through the engine. Or like the first episode of Lost, you know, they walk in front of that engine that's still running and it just sucks them through and they become puree. I love that, man. Like marinara, instant marinara.
I don't think it
I'm
works
sick
like
of these climate activists. You're a bunch of buttholes, man. And these people out here praying to broccoli and stuff in the street and doing their dance. It's a cult, man. It's a cult. It's become a religious cult. You're worshiping the earth. We've already talked about this. We've already talked about this on a prior episode. This has become a religious fervor, and I'm sick of it. Back to the toddler in the UK. They left him alone for 10 minutes, 3 years old. It's a she. She ate 18 cups of yogurt while she was unattended. Can you imagine the
10
shit
minutes.
fit that happened after that? Literally. I mean, this kid, boom, boy, she got her acidophilus all over her diaper.
I was reading this story this morning when y'all came in, and it was ironic that Jade was eating yogurt.
1 cup. One
She had
cup
one
will do
cup.
ya.
Yeah.
18 cups.
In 10 minutes? I mean,
10 minutes.
That's like
Her
a
name's
world record.
Olivia.
She should be in the eating contest.
Sitting in front of he came back after 10 minutes and found her sitting in front of a giant pile of empty cups of yogurt. Yeah.
And next year at the Texas State Fair,
fried
circus.
This kid's going to be winning a Nathan's hot dog contest. Golly. You want to talk about getting a man. I mean, that's sorry, Mom. I'm in a mood.
So did she vomit or have diarrhea? Or that was
Yes.
it? They just, both of them? Okay.
Yeah. Did a picture, put the picture on Facebook.
Maybe it's like 18 of the little travel cups.
Surely it would
not
have
like
to
a
be.
cup.
Yeah, just little yogurt cups.
I mean, if in 10 minutes,
I mean, it wasn't
that's
like
more
a,
than
a
one
monster.
per minute.
The
Like a
little,
cup.
The little snack pack cups.
Yeah. I might could do that.
I can't even get one of them things open.
Well,
You're not a 3-year-old toddler.
toddler can. But here's a great story, and I'm going to shut up for today. Sam Adams. God bless Sam Adams.
Samuel Adams?
Not the dead one.
Oh.
The beer. The
Yeah.
guys that make Sam Adams beer.
That's what I'm saying.
They've come up with a beer because you have these Belgian beers that have 9, 10, 11, 12% alcohol by volume. Like that'll get you set back.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real though. And you're a beer drinker.
Yes, I am.
I don't really care much for beer.
No.
I'll have a beer.
Yeah.
But that's about it. They came out with a beer that is 28% alcohol by volume. That is ridiculous. Candice, you got to find us this beer. I mean, it's got to taste like crap.
I'm currently working on it, and then I'm going to write it off on the budget for the show.
I'll pay for it.
Okay, cool.
We have a budget?
Well, I don't know, but we're going to find out.
There's a budget for this show? Holy crap, what am I missing out on? So, yeah,
28%.
they brewed 77 casks of Utopias. That's what it's called. Distinct vanilla notes and subtle, nutty, and elegant dark fruit aromas. Oh, it's illegal in 15 states. Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. Who's calling me? That's ridiculousness.
But not Texas?
Oh, no, we're getting it here.
That's exactly what West Virginia needs, a 28% proof beer.
Yeah, that's what's missing in Appalachia. That's what's missing in Appalachia. Golly. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's endorsed Bernie Sanders, but she's on the same team as Elizabeth Warren, pandering. Megyn Kelly, she's talking about coming back on TV. She was on the other day with Tucker on Fox, and NBC let her go because she talked about blackface or whatever. Can't talk about being blackface, but you can be the prime minister of Canada if you do it. And Obama endorsing. Did we talk about this, Candace?
We
Did we talk about Obama endorsing Justin Trudeau? Mm-hmm. We talked
Yes,
about
we
that,
did,
didn't
yeah.
we? God, I hate that man. I don't hate him, but
Which one?
Both of them.
Oh.
Just pick a man.
Not
I
Biden.
just hate men.
Yeah. Look at these white legs. Show them to him, Mark. Oh, yeah.
Like my arms are wider. Quit complaining.
Look at your tattoo. Your tattoo. Does your mother know about that tattoo?
Mom was here when I got this one.
I'm talking about the one on your wrist. She seen that?
Of course she has. She loves it.
Good. Look at my tattoos. Hey.
She likes yours too.
She was there when I got this one. Not
She-
this one. I'm backwards.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, that one.
I'm looking at this monitor over here. I don't know which arm is which. And there's my dad. Which arm is it on? This one.
That one. Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Passed away last year. Got his Corps of Engineers flag on there. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh,
I
golly.
know.
I look good, Mark.
You do look good, babe.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
My mom's like, why do you keep putting that stuff on you? And I'm like, shut up, old lady.
No, you definitely don't say that.
You got somewhere you need to be, Party Foul?
No,
On Fridays, y'all need to check Party Foul out on the Matt Locke show.
he
'Cause
took one of our stories for next week.
they do beer for brunch.
Beer for brunch,
Yeah.
28%.
28.
We're gonna
That's
talk-
what you need to get for beer for brunch.
28%.
Well, we've been our norm is to do local breweries and stuff like that, but we'll talk about other things,
But you
and
need
that's
to
one of
try
our
it.
topics. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try it.
No, while you're doing the podcast.
Probably will.
Live a little.
Gotta find it
It's
first.
not illegal here.
Candace
right.
will find it. Candace finds everything.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be in trouble with your mother-in-law and your mom? Because I mean, there's
And
been
your
a lot.
wife?
There's been
Hell no.
and your wife.
Hell no. You know how much I take care of those women?
No.
How much does your mother-in-law watch this show?
Never.
Oh, you good then?
She's a
Her
lib.
coworkers will tell her all about it, though.
Yeah. Now, she works with a bunch of nurses that love me, but she's a lib. She's not a lib, but she claims to be a lib. She's one
I
of
don't
those
know that she
wealthy
claims
libs.
it. She really doesn't like Trump.
She doesn't like Trump. She thinks she's a hippie.
I know, but she didn't raise me that way.
No.
Yeah.
So, and she doesn't live that way.
She
so
doesn't
I
live
don't
that
know.
way. She's got
I got a
money.
bit-
Nobody
I-
with money lives that way.
I got into a debate this weekend with somebody who is a Republican, can't stand Trump. They're going to vote for him, but they can't stand him. So it was just interesting, always enlightening.
My thing is, what do you hate about him? And what was their reason?
Said
Did they give a reason?
he's a liar.
He's a liar.
Well, but that's not different from any other politicians.
He's a politician.
Well, right. Yeah.
I mean, what makes him stand
said,
apart
did he
from
lie?
the other ones?
He asked me if he's going to get impeached, and then if he's impeached, because I guess the one thing I couldn't, because I know you can get impeached not taken out of office, but if he is impeached, can you get elected again?
Yeah.
Still in office?
Mm-hmm.
So you can still be president, an impeached president, run for 2020 and get elected, even though you've been impeached. I don't know. I'm asking.
What does impeached mean?
Right, it's a big one.
We did a whole episode on
We
that.
did.
I know.
Jade. You don't watch the show.
I told him
either.
that. I said,
No.
watch the episode.
But I don't. I mean,
anyway, it's just so there were just some hot topics. He said we will vote for him because we're not voting the other way.
Who was his friend?
But he wants to chat with you.
Oh dear God.
No, but he's such a great guy. Like he's great, and he's a master debater.
Whoa.
oh, good.
Whoa.
Master debater.
Maybe I do
He
want
likes
to talk
to
to
debate.
him.
with whiskey.
Oh.
But he's a great guy. Like totally cool.
But
open.
my thing is this. Okay, so when you have somebody like Trump, just like any other politician, who's going to say, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, and then it doesn't come to pass the way they said they wanted to do it, that's not a lie. Because you can't control. But I know for a fact Donald Trump keeps a whiteboard outside the Oval Office with a list of things he promised. And when he accomplishes them, he checks them off. He's working down the list. Tell me another president who's done that. You can't. And and he doesn't brag about that. I know that because of the people that have been there and have seen it, that I know, and they've told me. And so you sit there and say, yeah, well, what about that wall that Mexico was going to pay for? Well, I don't give a who pays for it, as long as it gets built. Mexico is a failed nation. It's a failed state. You think about, they just captured El Chapo's kid, right? Police arrested El Chapo's kid, Guzman, whatever his first name is, and whatever I don't even know what his last name is. Guzman, isn't it? Ortiz, you know this stuff, don't you?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, that's your family.
I don't know why I would know that off the top of my head, but we'll just skip over that.
You're not white. So anyway, his cartel just started killing police officers down there and going after military members, family members. And they're down there with machine guns and grenade launchers and sniper rifles. And so the police capitulated and turned him loose. They gave El Chapo's kid back. And because the cartel's like, no, we're not having this.
Well, I would hope you would do that for me, babe.
Daddy Chapo's already, he's in jail.
Yeah. But they didn't start killing people for him.
They ain't having it. They're going to still run the Chapo gang. So anyway, so the fact that the police and the military can't control the cartels in Mexico, it's a failed state. You telling me we don't need a wall? Did you see the one? I got things on my mind today, Candace. I'm taking longer. It's the last 10 minutes of the show.
It was my
the
fault.
best. It's okay, baby.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to her.
Huh.
I'm talking to Hot News.
That's not her name.
It's okay, baby. What, baby or Hot News?
None of them.
Jane knows I call her baby.
I know.
So
You know
it's a
what?
circle.
There's only one baby
Steve,
in
where's
this
your
room.
hand? Steve, where is your hand? There they are. Did you find that tampon tax?
It was a lady. It was a lady bullet.
Found a string.
Did you see? So Trump goes down, he inspects the wall, and he says, you cannot climb that wall, right? Well, so this guy erects, he's got this little mountain climbing school that he does, a rock climbing thing, and he erects the wall, a replica of it, and he turns this little 10-year-old who's got a trebuchet, 8-year-old.
I thought it was an 8-year-old girl.
And she scales up on the thing. And when she gets to the flat surface part, she's wearing, she's got a trebuchet on, so, she doesn't fall or whatever. And so it clips, and then she's up at the top.
Right.
Doesn't show her climbing the flat
part.
surface. And so they run this thing on social media like, yeah, Trump, he's so stupid. 8-year-old climbed his wall. Blah, blah, blah. Is the wall the final solution? No, but we need all we can get because you don't want that coming here.
Well, I mean, if you can get over the wall and you're as athletic as that 8-year-old girl and you weigh what she weighs and you can do it.
But you can
We'll
electrify
find a
that
place
wall.
for you.
Yeah.
It's made out of steel. Electrify it.
Turn that sucker on.
Don't turn it up to kill. Just turn it up to get away.
Oh, like
Turn that
June.
sucker on.
Like June's little wall.
I've already told you, man. I mean, people gonna get through. Look, I woke up. One of the text messages this morning was your dogs are out in the street because we had those, all the rain and stuff that came through, and the dogs
They were able to push the gate open.
they got
enough.
loose, man. The dogs were running around.
And they wanted to get back over the wall, back in.
Yeah.
And I opened up the door and
Little rebels.
I said, y'all gonna come back in or what? And they were like, well, yeah, we're just waiting for you to open the door. Why even get out?
You better vote for Trump in 2020. If you don't, we will never have another Republican president ever again. Fact.
Do you think he's going to win?
Yes.
I do too.
I think by a landslide.
But everybody has to get out and vote.
You got to go vote. You
Yep.
can't assume. You got to go vote. And look, I don't hold Trump. You know me. I don't hold Trump up as some, paragon, an example to be like. I don't like a lot of the things.
He wasn't even your guy.
No, he
initially.
wasn't. And that's okay. But I mean, I look at the economy and I look at all these things that are happening, and the guy's done more for you. People are like, well, I don't understand how Christians can vote for him. And all that. The man has done more for people of faith than any other president before.
Yep.
He's done more for minorities than any other president before. I mean, you just can't argue with the numbers. The facts are there. Is he rough? Yeah, he's rough. He's like 80 grit sandpaper.
Do you think?
But I don't care.
Do you think if he wasn't rough like that he would still do? Do you still think it would have turned out the way it has? That he would have been able to do all the good? Like, I feel like we have to take the bad with the good, I guess.
I had somebody the other day who said, well, they didn't treat George W. Bush like this. I'm like, are you kidding me? They hated W. They crucified W. Every time he opened his mouth and said something, you want to talk about a guy that couldn't communicate. Well, I'm going to push this nuclear. Like, who put that word in the teleprompter? Nuclear. I mean, it's
Nuclear.
Nuclear. It's crazy.
Nuclear.
Well, I think if people base their going into that voting booth on their faith, they would never step into the voting booth.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean,
Well, okay, you tell me a president.
that's my point.
Yeah, you tell me a president that you voted on the basis of him being a Christian example.
Right. That's my
It
point.
doesn't exist.
That's like going to. I'm not going to work for an employer because they're not a Christian. You know what I mean? That same mentality of, and there's people like that
Well,
Oh.
that vote that way, or
So who is the big Democrat that's this wonderful Christian?
Oh.
Which one is that?
yep, I get your point.
I mean,
Bunny!
That's my point. You can't. I mean, and I pray for my president. I pray for whoever ends up
whoever it
being
is.
our president. But if we're going to sit here and make him our moral compass, or her our moral compass, then it's never going to happen.
Yeah. Oh well. Bunny.
Bernie Warren ticket. Bernie dies. Warren's president.
oh God.
Won't ever happen. Won't ever happen. Warren's going to be the candidate
so
unless Hillary gets in. Hillary jumps in. Done deal. You got Elizabeth Warren, President Elizabeth Warren, and Hillary will have her killed
She's going to get suicided
before she ever gets to office. But see, even like Mark Zuckerberg, who we're not a fan of, like he doesn't want Warren. He doesn't want Warren to become president because she wants to bust up his company.
Yep.
She doesn't like these big corporations. She doesn't like these big companies. Anyway, we got to go. Jade,
I love you.
I love you too. Hot news,
I love you too.
baby.
I love you.
Baby news.
No.
Hot baby. Hot baby news.
Sounds like from
Why
the
men
Gemstones
great
or
till
the
they
Righteous
gotta be
Gemstones.
great.
Yeah. Uncle Baby Billy. Baby Billy. Amy Lee and Baby Billy. It's a great show. God, it's so irreverent. I love it. It's so irreverent. Righteous Gemstones. Funny, 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 funny. All right. I love y'all. God bless you. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.